It is no more a hidden fact that the upper echelons of the Saudi Arabian royal family are embroiled in almost any moral scandal one could imagine. Every now and then, news about the scandalous life of Saudi kings, princes and princesses casts rare beams of light on the secret world of the House of Saud. Simply Google search and you will be presented with mountains of news and documents exposing the Saudi regime's elites' unethical and un-Islamic behaviors, revealing how Saudi royals violate almost all moral taboos behind their heavily guarded palace gates, from hard narcotics to prostitutes and gambling. But the scrofulous attitudes are not restricted to the Saudi palaces. Embassies, Wahhabi schools, foreign hotels, and almost everywhere the Saudi regime's affiliated people act, roam, or reside is a potential hotspot for immoral or illegal behaviors. Not many are aware of the fact that reading or sharing confidential and top-secret documents released by WikiLeaks are forbidden in Saudi Arabia. Piles of confidential documents exposing personal dark sides of the so-called custodians of the two holy mosques are readily available online, even if the regime is hell-bent on sweeping them under the carpet.
Foreign minister before Jubair. He was a foreign minister from 1975 to 2015. That's Prince bin Faisal Abdulaziz Al Saud. He was also, there was a lawsuit against him for things to do with pornography. He had a sickness, I guess, and he wanted a certain type of way of what he wanted in his pornography. There's a certain person that he liked in his pornography, and there was a certain company that he was dealing with called Attila Concierge, and they're in France. They sued him and they took him to court because he didn't pay the payments for these certain films that he ordered.
In terms of how corrupt are they, really, I think at some point in the future, a person doing a PhD on corruption will use the children of Saud and their related families, such as the UAE one or Bahrain or Kuwait and so on, as case studies for how low can the human condition go to.
But if you think only King Ibn Saud's grandsons and great-grandsons are ill-famed for moral scandals, you should think again. Saudi political elites, other than members of the royal family, are following suit. Raping hotel maids, molesting female juveniles, drunk driving, reckless driving and supplying narcotics, indecent assault, shoplifting, male rape, unlawful killing, drug addiction, incest and human trafficking. These are just a few offenses you may find in a long list of Saudi elites and diplomats' crimes committed across the world. Most of these so-called gentlemen have been arrested by the hosting nation's police forces, but released without charge, later enjoying their diplomatic immunity status. Not long ago, the Western mainstream media were busy labeling the ambitious Saudi crown prince's political taste, both inside and outside Saudi Arabia, as a charm offensive. Just a matter of weeks and months were needed to expose the true nature of the regime under de facto control of bin Salman. The gruesome details of Khashoggi's murder shocked the world, and ongoing emergence of disgusting evidence of the killing had no other effect than revealing the real face of the regime. For decades, Wahhabi scholars, and in particular Saudi Grand Muftis, have enjoyed the benefits of the historical pact between the founder of the Saudi regime and bin Abdul Wahhab, the founder of the Wahhabi sect, practically drawing an upside-down picture of Islam, taking Saudi monarchical theocracy to a new level of moral decay. When it comes to what is falsely labeled an Islamist terrorism in Western mainstream media, certainly without fail, all terrorists in the bulk of terrorist attacks these past 15 years acknowledge Wahhabi motivation for their acts.
يعني الموضوع شائك. الشباب الآن بلغوا كم العدد اللي صار في سوريا؟ عندك رقم يا شيخ؟
هو العدد كبير جدا، أعداد كبيرة ولا زالت إلى الآن، يعني شبه يوميا يخرج أعداد كبيرة إلى يومنا هذا. وللأسف مع أن الواقع الآن
كلهم تقول الصغير أكثر
كلهم من الفئة العمرية ما بين 18 إلى 25، هذا الأغلب فيهم، قد يكون فيهم كبار سن. وللأسف مع أن الواقع هناك تكشف جماعات تكفيرية وتقاتل بينهم، بدل ما يكون وضعهم
صاروا عيالنا بعضهم مع ذولا ومع ذولا يذبحون،
بل هم الذين يقودون هذه الجبهات.
السعوديين يقتلون بعض،
السعوديين هم اللي يقاتلون، هم اللي قائمين على الجماعات. جماعة داعش أغلب قوادها السعوديين. الجماعة الأخرى جماعة النصرة التي هي جناح تنظيم القاعدة، بل هي امتداد تنظيم القاعدة، أغلب من فيها هم الشباب السعوديين.
Surprisingly, for many in the West, Takfiri terrorism has killed more Muslims than other religions. In other words, Takfiri terrorism has practically waged war against Muslims. In parallel, there is another crucial and yet bloody battle happening inside the Islamic world. A life and death struggle in the Islamic world from London to Jakarta over the direction of Islam, between believers in the real core of Islamic teachings and followers of a superficial, corrupt and immoral narrative of what is called Islam, which even contradicts the simple ethics of a less than normal being. These were just the tip of a huge iceberg when it comes to the regime's moral decay. It is not a matter of a few bad apples and their degraded personality. The Saudi regime itself is corrupt to the core, while the Saudi royal boy is posing as a force to fight deep-rooted regime corruption. Infamous Saudis and their systematic rogue tactics are open truth for many.
For so many years, these people have been left unaccountable. So when I say unaccountable, I mean they've been able to get away with everything. And in fact, they have been supported and they have been egged on by the West, by Britain, by America, by Canada, by France, by Germany, by all of these countries. They have been, if you like, kept alive and kept in position by the global powers. And this is why they've become, they feel that they have a degree of impunity where they can go away and do anything and nothing's going to happen because we are the king and we are from the royal family, if you like. They consider themselves untouchable.